Joseph, favored son of Israel.
The road to Emmaus. On the third day after Jesus' crucifixion, 2 of his disciples were going to the village of Emmaus. While they walked and questioned each other, Jesus himself came near and walked with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
What are we going to do now?
I thought he was the one. Why are you walking and talking so sadly?
Don't you know the things that have happened recently in Jerusalem?
What things? The things concerning the prophet, Jesus the Nazarene. The priests and our rulers crucified him.
But we were hoping that he would redeem Israel.
And now it is the 3rd day since these things happened.
Also, some of the women from our group said that he was alive.
Foolish people. Didn't the prophets write that the Son of Man had to suffer these things in order to enter into his glory? Beginning from the law and the prophets, he explained to them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. This is just one of the stories Jesus could have told. Consider the story of Joseph! Greetings, Bible nerds. It is I, Artsy Bible Nerd. We're here working on page number 15. We have working on the heads right now, just working on Joseph's head. There's Israel's head. We're going to have Israel and Joseph again in panel number 4, smaller versions of Joseph and Israel. So there. So let's get to going. Get to work on those things. So I want to thank some people who followed. Thank you, Juan Osario Art. I've not checked you out. That was 3 days ago. I did not know you followed 3 days ago. Thank you very much. Strovista followed 6 hours ago. Thank you very much for that. And welcome to the family. Pleased to get to know you. Please don't be shy. Let's see what happens if I turn on this image. Now I can... So I want the light to be... Stop me if you've heard this before. You're talking about light and where the light is coming from and where the shadow should be, because the reason I'm saying those things is because that's a major concern. Oops, don't want that color. That is always the concern of an artist, is the light and where the light is going, where it's coming from, and where it's going, where it's being blocked. That's where you get your realism from. So in this case, the light is coming from below, which means the shadow is going to be above on his hair, but not below. So I am going to give a little bit of an outline there below, but not much. And then more work over here. Alright, now, what does that look like? By Jove, I think we've got it. So now we just have to continue. The shoulders go this way. And now, back to the ink layer. So in case you're wondering how the job search is going, I've done the resume spamming earlier today. Spammed all of LinkedIn, everyone who might be interested. I may be surprising you, a lot of you, because I did not send out a notification that I was going to be streaming today. As long as I'm unemployed, or as long as I'm still between jobs, it is my intent to stream every day. There were some things that got in the way of that past 2 days. Let's move this down so I can actually see. Yep, there we go. There's the pupil that I drew. What happened there? Ah. Let's erase everything. Everything must go. Nope, let's not do that. Now we've drawn the layer that I want to actually draw on. What is going on now? Why? There. That's what happened. Why? What happened? I did it again. I'm currently in the layer that I want to be this time. So I've started taking a class. Well, I started one video. There's a series offered by the, I can't think of their name, the Bible Project. The Bible Project offers a series called Classroom. And if you've listened to the Bible Project podcast, then you already are somewhat familiar with what they teach. So, but they offer not only do they offer audio podcasts, but they offer a course which is called Classroom, Bible Project Classroom. So I took the first video of Classroom, and it is possible that you can get a free master's degree by finishing the curriculum in Classroom. So we will see. It's not going to happen tomorrow. If it does happen, I will definitely keep you posted. It's the only master's. If I do get a master's degree, it's that's the only master's degree I'm ever going to get is from Classroom, because if you haven't noticed, master's degrees are expensive. I'm just in love with the information that I get from listening to the podcasts that I listen to. So informative. So I don't know how to explain it. It's God's word. It's God. It's the Bible. the Hebrew Bible. I wish it makes me want to know Hebrew. I wish I could speak the actual Hebrew language or read it. I was going to leave that open, but this mustache has to have something to anchor it. Let's use an eraser to give. Actually, let's make the people a little darker, a little bigger, because it is nighttime. It's night. So I had a conversation with a conscientious Christian streamer who was concerned Christian streamer, and he was trying to say something, trying to get the words out, and used a lot of I could not understand what he was saying. Is basically what I'm trying to tell you. And he was saying that I have to be closer to God, and life will go my way. So, and what that sounds like to me, it sounds like that's a prosperity gospel. It sounds like that is believing that if you're close to God, then everything will go well for you, and if you're not close to God, then if things are not going well for you, then obviously you're not close to God. Well, I would tend to disagree, because Job was a righteous man, and Job had a lot of things happen to him. His family died. He lost his flocks. He lost his livestock. He lost everything except for his wife that told him to curse God and die. Thank you, wife. Thank you, God, for leaving me my wife. Oh, actually, I don't want that to happen there. Let's do this. And Job was never told why bad things were happening to him. He was never told about the bet that God made with Satan, which I didn't know God was a betting man. I didn't know God was a wagerer. I thought betting was sin. I thought betting was frowned upon. But I digress. Let's see, what else? So Job had a lot of problems, even though he was a righteous man. The most righteous man that God could think of. As a matter of fact, he was bragging about Job. Hey, have you seen my servant Job? And Satan said, well, he only worships you because everything is going right in his life. If you take away his wealth, then he'll surely he will curse you. And that's exactly what Satan did. And Job held firm. He did not allow his misfortunes to curse God. He did not curse God because of his misfortunes. This is the part where it starts to look like eye makeup, so I have to be careful. And not to brag about myself, certainly hope this doesn't sound like bragging, but all of these, my joblessness, serial joblessness has happened starting in 2019. Well, my wife lost her job in 2019, and that my job issues started happening in 2021, and that coincides with me getting closer and closer to God by listening to podcasts, listening to the Bible Project, and as well as the Bema podcast. So if your theory is that I'm not walking with God, I'm not doing my quiet times, then I would have to disagree with that. Not only, it feels like I'm bragging now, but I listen to an hour-long podcast in the morning when I wake up while I'm walking. And then when I come home, I'm listening to Flat Cap Dapper Pastor read from the Bible. And then when I do have a job, I go to work for 8 hours and then take care of my family after I come back home from work, and then come home to stream this book that I've been drawing about Joseph. So I don't know what else I could possibly do to get closer to God. If that's your argument that I'm not close enough to God, then I was talking to my wife about prayer, so I would rather read about something or learn about something rather than to pray about something. So I do pray, but I'm not sure if they're the kind of prayers that God is looking for. So you can't tell, you can't judge someone just because of their life is going badly about... They could be Job, they could be doing everything right, and yet their life has been turned upside down for reasons that are not their own. Or it could be just like God left the Israelites in the book of Ezekiel. He could be saying, okay, all right then, you want to do things on your own? Go ahead and do things on your own. I'm not going to stop you. If that's what you want, I will give you exactly what you want. There are many rich people, rich atheists. There are many, my former supervisor was an atheist, outspoken atheist. He still has his job. I do not have my job. I don't know what his future is going to be. But I know his present is not joblessness. So based on that argument, it looks like he should be the one who is without a job, and I'm the one who should be with a job, right? If I'm the one who's doing all these things for God, Lord, didn't I draw pictures for you? Didn't I? Didn't I sing songs for you? I am a song leader at my own church. So, you may have heard this before, but it's not our place to judge. Because we don't know what's going on in people's lives. We don't know. And the only way we can know is if we actually have an ongoing relationship with people. if, it does say that we should be challenging people to live a godly lifestyle. It does, discipleship is part of the gospel as well. Thinking here about shadows. I think this one should be all the way like this. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. That's all I want to get off of my chest. So if you're watching the VOD in the future, why do people suffer? Why does God allow people to suffer? Why does he allow good people to suffer? Right? I still live in America. I still am one of the sixth. If you live in America, and I know some of you are listening to me outside of America, but if you have a computer, if you have an internet connection, if you're able to hear the sound of my voice, then you're probably one of the 6% of the wealthiest people in the world. Let that sink in. So, yes, you're right. I still should have a job in order to provide for my family. I did, as I said earlier, I did the resume spamming earlier today from 9 to 1. Made some phone calls, answered some phone calls, and some emails rather. So, and then everything dried up. So, thinking this goes here. So there's no more resume spamming to be done as of yet, as of right now. The resume has been spammed profusely. My mom asked, why do I take these contract jobs? Why don't I just take a job that is full-time with benefits? If I could find one of those, then I would gladly take it. If anyone is offering one of those, feel free to let me know. So one other thing I want to mention is that if you are a conscientious Christian and you want to help someone, you see someone who is not doing the things that you think they should be doing, are you in their life? Are you just accusing them? Are you there to help them, or are you just there to check off a box that you think needs to be done because obviously they don't know what they're doing and they need you to say what they need to be doing? Well, who are you to say that? Are you in their life? Are you their friend? Have you said anything before? Have you been with them through the good times? Or do you just show up during the bad times in order to look down upon them? This has been, this period in my life has been very enlightening. There were times that I would go downtown to feed the homeless, and I remember meeting this guy who had an engineering degree, and my friend and I, brother from our church, was also an engineer, and he was like, what are you doing here? Why are you homeless? And he spent some time talking to him, and bad times can happen to just about anybody. Bad times can happen if you're educated, if you're not educated. I can think of how many famous people can I think of that did not graduate high school that are rich now. Just listen to a Steve Harvey video. He never graduated. Maybe he did now. Maybe he has a GED. But at the time, he did not graduate high school. And look at him now. Actually, I have no choice to look at him now because he's always on. He's on every show. The only show he's not is on the news. He's not on the news or sports. He's not on the Weather Channel yet. So there was another time in my life when it seemed like everything was not going my way, and it seemed to be exactly the time when I was writing another book, writing and illustrating my Christmas book. So is it God that's trying to stop me from using my talents in order to glorify Him? Or is it some other? I'm not going to say who that possibly could be. Oh, I don't know. Could it be? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. All I have is speculation. Someday we'll get there and we'll ask, hey, what happened between 2019 and 2022? Hopefully ending in 2022. What was the deal there? When in doubt, black it out. That's what they say. Now the lip creases radiate from the center of the mouth. And then the contour along the bottom lip. So what we're going to do is there are many prophets who look at all the prophets. Look at Ezekiel in the book I just mentioned, when he gave the news. Let's do that again. When he gave the news to the Israelite people that they were going to suffer at the hands of the Babylonians if they did not repent. Hey, Tsunami Gaming, how are you? Thank you for the lurk. So when Ezekiel was showing how the Israelites would suffer, because he followed God, because God told him, lie on your side and cook your food on dung, on animal dung. And by the way, they didn't have pans back then. They didn't have covered pans back then. He was barbecuing his food on manure, and the flavor of the manure would be seared inside the flavor of the, his food would taste like poop, is what I'm trying to say. So it's not like, I used to think, well, what's the big deal? If the food gets hot, the food gets hot. But if the food is cooked on cow manure, it's gonna taste like cow manure. It was sitting on top of a grate, on top of the fire, and if you hear people talk about barbecuing, they talk about using only the best charcoal briquettes that are made out of hickory, so it adds flavor to what you're grilling, and the flavor that Ezekiel was getting was not hickory charcoal briquettes. So he did that all to please God. Jesus himself was crucified. Crucifixion is a horrible, horrible death. There's a medical, if you Google medical account of the crucifixion, you'll find a medical, exactly what it's called, a medical account of the crucifixion and everything that happens. They don't put the nails in the palm of your hands, because if they do, if you put the nails in the palm of your hands, it'll rip out through your finger bones. So, So instead of doing that, they put the nails between the wrist bones. Not only is it better to hold you onto the cross, it is also excruciatingly painful, because there are nerves there that they're driving those nails through. it was well devised. It was like torturing someone to death. It was like torturing you to the most painful death that they could devise. Who else? Name a prophet, and I will show you how horrible their existence was, at least on Earth. All the people that followed Jesus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and the rest, they all died as martyrs. Peter was crucified upside down, not just right side up, but upside down. And I think that means that he would be suffocating even longer or faster. Sorry, I don't know what that means. I don't know the significance of being crucified upside down. But I'm pretty sure it means he would have a worse death than Jesus did. Let's do that again. That doesn't work that way. Let's do it this way. Killing! If I remember correctly, Peter wanted to be crucified upside down because he said he wasn't worthy of being crucified the same way Jesus was, which was upright. Hello! Thank you, Killen. Yes, that's the way I remember it as well. I was not sure if that is actually factual, because I saw that in a musical that our church put on. So, but thank you for verifying that for me. Thank you for following the other day. How are you? Glad to meet you. Are you a streamer? Are you a gamer? So, in conclusion, being a Christian is not all a bed of roses, sunshines and rainbows. I saw you on someone else's stream the other day and thought your username was interesting, so I checked out your channel. Why, thank you. I strive to make a not necessarily interesting name, but a descriptive username. So thank you for checking me out. Carol Smile, yes. I love going to her stream. I think I've already asked. Are you a streamer as well? Let's see. You've got graphics on your... It looks like you stream as well. Hold on, please. Let me check you out. You do some gaming, you do some racing. We're racing! You do some soccer, FIFA, Gran Turismo 7. Wow, I didn't know that was out. I didn't know there was such a thing. I thought Gran Turismo was dead. I used to love Gran Turismo. Last Gran Turismo I played was number 2 on PlayStation. I'm gonna follow Killen. Check out this car mechanic simulator. 2021 stream from 4 days ago. Awesome. You just got a new follow, Killin. As a hobby, but I used to do it more often. Now I do it more like once a week. Gran Turismo still has a loyal community. Awesome. I no longer have my PS1. It never was a PS2. I never even graduated to PS2. Thanks for the follow. I'm actually playing Car Mechanics Simulator right now. Awesome. Multitasking. Thank you so much. Let's go to this side of the beard. Let's go to this side of the face. Do some erasing here. Erase that. Okay, I think I'm done off of my soapbox now. I think I've said everything that I have to say. I thought of everything I had to say, and then I realized I was going to Pastor Dustonize. By the way, if you want to check out Pastor Dustin, he's an awesome Christian pastor. I myself am not a pastor, so I don't do the preaching thing. I try to live out my life in such a way, if anyone asks, I hope I have an answer, but it's not me to come out and give a 3-hour talk. Tell you what, that needs to be different. Let's do that differently. Do I do illustrations for books? I don't do illustrations for other people's books yet. I'm open to that. This is my own illustration for my own book that I'm drawing. So this is not my full-time job. That would be great if it was. But it is not my full-time job. He's starting to look like Popeye. How can I not make him look like Popeye? Arr, I just learned recently that Popeye was based on a real person. A real sailor. All right, so the darkest part of the beard is going to be over here next to the face. So it seems like you're a sports lover, Killin. Like car simulators and soccer. I don't remember the other things that were streaming, but that sounds like something I would watch. Scribble, 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 scribble. Scribble cross, scribble cross, scribble cross. don't watch much sports myself, but I do like sports. Yes, I love racing. In Car Mechanic Simulator, the thing I like most is restoring classic cars. Huh. That's what I need to know. I need to... Maybe I can simulate restoring cars, and now I'd actually learn how to take care of my own car. I need to learn how to take care of my own house. Is there a home improvement simulator? There's gotta be. Not so much the fixing customers' cars side of things, but more the barn finds and then working on them. But yeah, I do believe you can learn a thing or two about engines and taking care of your car with this game. Cool. There are simulators that deal with renovating houses and stuff. Of course there are. There's all kinds of simulators. There's a simulation simulator. There's a simulator. Watch someone watching, watch a sim playing another simulator. House Flipper seems like a cool game. Okay. I think I've seen that one. On stream. All right, so now going this way. Let's do some hatching this way, and then some dots over there. Let's see, because the simulators will always be a simplification of the real thing. It's basic knowledge that you can build on in real life. Yeah, good point. So I've been meaning to fix this link for the Salvation Army, so I apologize that this link is not going to work if you click on that. But the next link will work. Feel free to check out my Book of John playlist with commentaries on YouTube. Click there. I am planning on doing one of those for each and every book of the Gospel. Next, I'm going to do Matthew. I've been listening to the Bema podcast. I'm in session 3, and session 3 is mostly about the book of Matthew. Well, practically all about the book of Matthew. And I've been learning that Matthew, hold on to your seats, Matthew had an agenda. Matthew didn't just tell the news as it was, but he spun the news in order to, not for nefarious reasons, not like the news today, but in order to tell the tale of how Jesus took care of the meek and the what's the Sermon on the Mount? Blessed are the meek, blessed are the Blessed are the... I can't remember it, but blessed are the poor, blessed are the meek, blessed are the poor in spirit. Jesus came to the rich as well, but you don't hear him talking. There's not many memorable stories about him talking to the rich, except for the rich young man, the rich young ruler. Poor in spirit, yes. I believe that's how, I believe I'm remembering that correctly. All right, what's next? Oop, apparently we're saving. All right, next. Do I play any games these days? No, I do not. I am too responsible to play games anymore. I have a child and a house and looking for a job. So the only thing I do, the only way that I use my spare time is by drawing this book. And this book takes quite a bit of time. I've been working on this since January. Actually, I've been writing it and contemplating it since before January. I got the idea for it in 2020, so that was 2 years ago. But I didn't actually start actually drawing it, until this year, 2022. I didn't think I was ready. I didn't think I was dragging my feet. Also, I didn't have the hardware. Maybe I think I didn't know. How old is I have two children. I have a 17-year-old and a 12-year-old. And the 12-year-old is about to bust through the door any minute now. And when I say bust through the door, I may be exaggerating only a little bit. There will be noise. He will bring the noise, and he will bring the funk. Not that he's stinky, not that kind of funk. I'm just saying, he will bring the noise. We got the funk. '70s funk. That's right. So he's a very hard child to wake up. So I put my phone in his bedroom and I turned it up really loud to really loud kicking music. And some of it is a little funky. Some of it is '70s funk. So I put it on shout. Come on and shout now. Jump up and shout now. Jump up and shout, 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 shout. There's a Sesame Street version of Shout, and he doesn't like not yet, he doesn't like the original version of Shout. He's a fan of the Sesame Street version, but not the original version of Shout. Doesn't know what's good for him yet. Doesn't know what he's missing. Earth, Wind, and Fire? Oh yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's for Daddy, that's not for David. What I learned recently about Earth, Wind, and Fire, their hit, September, is they were putting together an album of greatest hits, and they only had 9, and they said, we need a 10th greatest hit. Let's write a new song and put it on this. They wrote September, and that became their most famous song. That became their most beloved song on that album of greatest hits. And now you know. The more you know. Greatest hit that the fans just found out about when the album was released. That's right, yes. Here's the greatest hit that... Here's the greatest of the greatest hits. Actually, let's make that darker because it's nighttime. It's night. Do you have any kids, Killen? So right here, it's going to be lighter than the first one before it. The question, do you have any kids? Oh, I forgot you're streaming at the same time. Never mind. I'm just here asking questions. Not married yet, no kids. Well, good for you. Don't rush. Enjoy your life. Just as you are right now. I didn't know how good I had it back then. Alright, so let's make this even darker. Trying to get my student debt loan taken care of before the... Oh boy, I'm still working on that. I'm an old man. I'm still working on that.
Fortunately, I'm in Germany, so my debt isn't as high as U.S. Oh, wow. Good for you. Yes, I've heard about things like that. Maybe I should have gone to school in Germany or Europe. I've taken 5 years of French, so I can butcher the French language. Apparently, the Olympics is going to be in France in 2024. Still enough to buy a decent classic car if I didn't have to pay it back. Worst thing about it is I didn't even manage to finish school. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I'm paying for a degree I never got. That's a long story. Well, I don't know what's stopping you, but wouldn't hurt to go back, I think. Unless I'm not sure what the laws are, what the rules are in Germany. But now we have the internet. You can learn a lot for free on the internet. Can't go back to the same major. You got time. It sounds like you're younger than I am. You got plenty of time to live your life. God will provide. The Lord will provide. But I can try something else. But first, I want to get my credit in order. You're 32. 32 is young. I know it feels old. It's all about perspective. I'm 52, so I don't feel decrepit. I don't feel like I'm about to die. I don't feel like I'm But age does give you perspective. Having kids gives you perspective. I feel like a dad now. I feel like a son. When you get my age, back in my day, I thought I knew everything. Dad Wisdom. Brought to you by Artsy Bible Nerd. He has been providing already. Awesome. Well, yeah, he does. He, not only will he, but he probably has been. Yep, you're probably right. I try to keep the right perspective. Great dad wisdom comes with great dad jokes. I'm an apprentice at that already. Oh, okay, cool. I'm assuming you're a mechanic. Hopefully you're a mechanic doing something that you love.
software tester. Huh, awesome. All right, let's get rid of this. Nope, that's not it. Get rid of this. There it is. All I need is some shoulders. So this is the underdrawing. That's the sketch of all the panels. I think this panel is going to be reversed. I think it's going to point to the right instead of to the left because I have in mind a silhouette effect. So I'm going to put the fire behind him instead of in front of him. So there you go. So now we take a look at it to make sure what's going on with his left eye. Can't leave that like that. Can't leave that undone. Not sure. See, this 45-degree angle, whenever these wrinkles come down a 45-degree angle, and you have to figure out which way the light is coming. Here we go, here's another one. I don't like that. Let's do that again. What software am I using? This is Clip Studio Paint. And the hardware is an iPad along with an iPencil. You know what this reminds me of? That movie that I saw the other day that I am not going to say anything about. Wakanda Forever! In Mumbai. It is not Procreate. I have tried Procreate. I'm not yet a fan of Procreate. See, here's what happens. When I try something for the first time and it doesn't work the first time, I never go back to it. So that's a first impression type of thing. I know creators who are, over the moon about Procreate. They will not do anything without Procreate. Is this software more focused on comics? This was created for manga, so the brushes are very interactive. They're very touch sensitive. The pencils, this is actually a scan of pencils drawn from my sketchbook, but the pencils look similar. Let's draw here. Actually, let's not draw here. The pencils are very pencil-like. That's still the wrong layer. So I'm very impressed with the pencils. I wish the brushes, though, sometimes if you have what I really want is to be, go from thick to thin to thick to thin, and to have a excellent point at the end. Pressing. So sometimes I get that point, and sometimes I do not get that point. And right now I can't show you. There, that's the example of the thing I don't like. It sort of looks like it's a straight pencil with a point at the end. That's not what I'm looking for. What I want to have is something like that. Looks more like a dagger.
Acquired taste will never happen for you because I never give it a second chance. That sounds harsh. Maybe. Maybe you're not wrong. Like I tried oil paints once and never again because I was used to using acrylics. I was used to things drying immediately, and I used oil paints and they did not act like they were acrylic paints. So I just went back to acrylic paints, and then Procreate was free, so I tried Procreate first with my iPad, and I was not happy with the results that I was getting with the iPad, with the Procreate at least. And I knew creators that were using Clip Studio Paint, so I use this now and never look back. Mod for an oil painter on Twitch. She mostly does traditional art, but she's trying to learn digital. That's where I know Procreate from. Okay. I had the pleasure of talking to Sergio Cariello, who is the illustrator, among other things, for the Action Bible. And I asked him point blank, which one do you prefer? And he said Procreate. So to each his own. When I first had the idea that I wanted to become, I wanted to learn about inking comics. How do I make comics? So I went to YouTube and looked up some videos about the comic style and comic inking, comic penciling. I found this guy on YouTube. His name is Jimmy Reyes, and quickly became part of his community. And he uses Clip Studio Paint, so that is why that's how I got to know Clip Studio Paint, is from all the people in his community that use it. I guess each artist will be more comfortable with a different one.
Yep, yeah, it's true. Each one has different capabilities. The first one that I tried was Photoshop, and I was not happy with. I mean, I use Photoshop for a lot of other things. But I don't have Photoshop on the tablet. I have it on the Mac, the iMac, and the brush responsiveness that you get when using a mouse versus a handheld pencil device is much different. So changing my mind, backing up, erasing. Let's make a shadow here.
I think it's very good to be a part of a community like that. You can exchange tips on how to better make use of the software.
Yes, exactly. All right, so now maybe I should have worked on the eyes first. Let's do some eyes. That's usually what I go to first. And then we erase. Show some reflection on the eye.
If there is no reflection on the eye,
then that means your subject is dead. The reflection comes from the tears inside the eye. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Actually, let's erase it.
so as I was saying, I saw Wakanda Forever. In my humble opinion, it is better than the first Black Panther movie. Oh, have to get going, but nice meeting you. Interesting work you're doing here. God bless. Thank you very much.
Let's erase the tip of this nose. He does not have a mustache, does not have a beard. All right, so let's put the eye curves around. This side of the eye should be in shadow. So it's harder for me to draw someone without wrinkles than it is to draw someone with wrinkles. Wrinkles give so many reference points. I've drawn so many old men, old biblical men with wrinkles that I don't know what to do with someone who doesn't have wrinkles. I'm tempted just to give him some wrinkles. Just because that's what most faces that I draw have, is wrinkles. Let's do some hatching here.
So we're going to make this a dramatic shadow. Let's see how this works if I shade it from here. And it should really be starting from over here. Dramatic. I am not being dramatic. You're being dramatic. All right, now let's do some contouring. 12, 17, I'm not sure. 12? Ooh, there's a 17. I like 17. All right, let's work on the other eye.
All right, somewhere. Okay, why can't I erase? Ah, that's why. It's on the border layer. Try that again. I think that belongs there. Nope. Let's do that again. Let's do that. think it's time for me to hydrate. So let's take a look at the back of this hat. Time for a snack break. This snack break brought to you by cranberry mixed cranberry trail mix.
All right, it is 4:01. Looks like I have some hair to do and the neck. Tom Server Crow's here. What is up? Welcome in. You caught me as I was just about to leave. Let's go raid someone together with the two of us, just the two of us. Just the two of us. I will not sing the rest of that song. Let's see. Who is going to appreciate two raid streamers crashing in? Let's go see the Quiz King. Oh, first I'm going to exclamation point raid. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. I had a rant. I was talking about prosperity gospel, and I thought that there would be people here to bounce off, but it'll make a good VOD. It'll make a good YouTube video. So feel free to go watch that. All right, let's go see the Quiz King. He's playing Minecraft. All right, starting the raid. There are 2 viewers who are ready to raid. That must be me and you. 3 more seconds. 2, 1. All right, thanks, Quiz King, for being here. And 2 other people popped in as well. Thank you for killing, stopping by. Thank you for Tsunami Gaming stopped by as well. So thank you very much. I'll be here tomorrow, hopefully at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, may the Lord be with you. Peace. Raiding now.